welcome to the show. Now, is everybody ready for day 3 of my meal plan week? Well, today we are making tomato soup and grilled cheese because in my house, sweater weather is also soup season. So the beauty of meal planning is that you're actually using and reusing what you buy, which totally cuts down on food waste. It also takes the decision making out of dinner time because I have that covered, which is pretty sweet in my books. So just go to thegoodstuff.ca for my grocery list and the recipes for this whole week of deliciousness. But today, we gotta get started on this tomato soup. It's super simple, really delicious, and it actually starts with a can. Even though like classic tomato soup comes out of a can, I like to start mine with a can of either diced or whole tomatoes. So I've got that open. I'm just gonna add that onto a sheet pan. Looks really wrong. This looks incredibly incorrect, but this is what you're supposed to do. So just dump those right onto there. And then I'm gonna start flavoring this up a little bit. So I've got 1 small red onion that I've diced up, and I'm gonna add that on. Now this is a nice dice, but if you want to, you can just chunk it up however you want. It's gonna cook up beautifully. For a little bit of garlic flavor, I've got 4 whole cloves of garlic here, and I've left their peels on. Because what that's gonna do is it's gonna allow this garlic to kind of roast down and get sweet and soft and delicious, but not burn. So you're gonna get like roasted garlic in this tomato situation. Now I'm gonna season that up with about 2 teaspoons of sugar, which sounds a little strange, but or tomatoes rather, when you cook them down, tend to go a little bit bitter. So that little bit of sugar, or you could also use honey, just a couple teaspoons, just sweetens things up and gives it a good balance. Season that up with some salt and pepper, classic. Love a salt and pepper. If you wanna add different flavorings, you totally can do that here as well. A little bit of pepper, perfect. And then to give this a little bit of like heating power, we need a bit of oil. So just a tablespoon of oil drizzled right over top. And again, right now, does this look like soup? Nope. Looks more like slop, but that's okay. It's gonna come together, I promise. Give that a bit of a mix up, just to coat and combine. Get those nice garlic cloves kind of coated. And I actually like to keep them in one corner of the pan, because that way I don't lose them when they come out of the oven. And then this baby needs to go into my 375-degree oven for about 40-ish minutes. That's gonna cook down, roast. And that's the thing with soup. Love soup. Not a lot of roasty flavor in a pot of soup though. So when you roast this up, you get nice golden brown color and flavor, which is a total dream. So I've got some in here. Oh yeah, those look beautiful. Some of that moisture kind of evaporates out of those tomatoes, so they cook down into something that's like almost a little bit thick and saucy. Those are looking beautiful, right? Not too shabby. Pretty pumped about it. Nice oohs and ahs. I love a soup ooh. Yeah. Now, the first thing I wanna do here is get rid of those garlic skins. That's the only kind of way you can go wrong with this recipe. So I grab a fork and you just kind of push that roasted, soft garlic out of those skins. So all that garlic stays, and then that skin, just toss it away. I'm gonna place it right on my counter for now. Clean that up later, don't worry. I got a cloth. Typically at home, my husband Aaron does the cleaning for me. Here I have my friend Jo, and she helps, and Sam, and it's really delightful. All right, so just press those garlic cloves out of there. And this is a great way, anytime I'm cooking something that's gonna take a while in my oven, sometimes I just throw a whole head of garlic in there to roast up, and you can use it almost like butter on bread. It's totally dreamy. Whoops, smush that one. He's being stubborn. Now on the stove here, I have got 2 cups of vegetable broth. You can also use chicken broth. I like vegetable because I don't eat chicken, but I always recommend buying low sodium. When you buy that like juice box of broth at the grocery store, low sodium's great. You don't lose flavor, but it does cut down on that salt content, which is great. So I'm just gonna get those tomatoes and onion and garlic all scraped into the side, and then add that into my 2 cups of broth over about medium-low heat, just simmering. This is where we turn this slop into soup, which is good. Okay, slop that. I keep saying the word slop. Apparently slop and soup, very close in my mind, in the old Rolodex of life. Okay, pop that in. And now I like a smooth tomato soup. So I'm gonna use an immersion blender and just pop that bad boy in and give that a bit of a blitz up. Now, if it's getting splashy, feel free to tip your pot a little bit. and just blitz that until it's nice and smooth and creamy. I like a thick tomato soup. I like a little bit of chunk too, so feel free to leave it chunky. Beautiful, that's looking great. Set that aside. And now I do like a creamy tomato soup. Right now, this is thick and delicious, but I'm gonna add in a little bit of dairy. So I have got some cream here, and I'm gonna use, what am I using? Table cream? You can also use whipping cream. Listen, you go big if you feel like it. But when you're adding something to something with acidity like tomatoes, you actually wanna use a higher fat percentage, because then it won't split, it won't curdle. So I wanna add in about half a cup of that. And then just to brighten this up a little bit, I'm gonna toss in a little bit of lemon juice. So that, again, helps with that higher fat percentage cream. If you do something lower, that cream or milk could curdle. So stick to something like half and half. Also, you deserve it. Half and half in soup, what a delight. Perfect. Now into there, I'm also gonna add some brightness. So if you remember on Monday, we made some extra pesto. So this is basil pesto, super simple. I'm gonna add in about 2 tablespoons of that. Also, luckily I wore my pesto outfit today. Pop that on in. Give that a beautiful swirl together. You see that cream and that pesto just come together in that soup. Oh my gosh. Was that not the easiest soup in the world? I'm gonna season that up with some salt and pepper. Let that come up to a simmer. It is day 3 of our meal plan week. I am making one of my fave comfort combos. It's my tomato soup and grilled cheese sandwiches. I mean, you can't really go wrong with that, am I right? That tomato soup is simmering away, and honestly, once all that cream and everything comes up to temperature, it's good to eat. We've already roasted those vegetables down, got a ton of flavor concentrated into them, so that soup is a total dream and is just keeping warm. But now I gotta make those grilled cheese sandwiches. And I'm not just gonna do a classic grilled cheese sandwich, though I do love what I like to call wiggly cheese. Listen, I like good cheese, I like not great cheese, it's wonderful. All cheese is equal in my house. So we're gonna make some sandwiches though and give this kind of like a caprese vibe. So we've got the tomato in there, and I wanna do like a basil mozzarella grilled cheese. So I've got some bread here that I've just cut up into nice, good slices. And essentially, anytime you're, now I need to do, what is happening? There you go, that's how you make a grilled cheese. We got this. Now, anytime you're making a grilled cheese, you obviously want to put some sort of fat on the outside. My brother is someone who does the mayonnaise trick, which honestly works actually pretty well. Mayonnaise has oil in it and egg. It gets really nice and golden brown. If you wanted to, you could use butter. But since this is for meal plan week, I wanted to use oil because we bought oil. And I didn't get you to buy butter. I'm not gonna ask you to buy a whole brick of butter just for some grilled cheeses. So I'm just gonna brush the outside with a little bit of oil, or a good amount of oil. You know, Bob's your uncle, whatever you like. Give that a good brush. And I'm using like a nice crusty kind of harvest loaf. If you wanted to, you could use any of your favorite loaf. Even just sandwich bread would be delicious. Perfect. Now flip 2 of those over. And now I'm gonna add in some basil flavor. So I'm gonna bring back that pesto and add just a little bit onto one slice of that bread. This is gonna give you like a really nice, bright, garlicky flavor. Like, come on. And my secret ingredient in my pesto that keeps it this nice green color is a little bit of parsley, which is kind of tricky. Usually you think it's just basil, but that parsley, first off, parsley is less expensive than basil, so it beefs it up a bit, and it also stays nice and bright and green. So there we go. Now onto there, I'm gonna add on some shredded mozzarella. You could use any type of cheese you want. Cheddar would be delicious, Swiss would be great, but grated mozzarella melts, yeah, we went big. We're having our vegetables, we gotta have our cheese too. And I'm just scattering that over. And I love using grated cheese because it melts really nicely and you get a good kind of stretch in there. Now, if you want to, if you got some meat eaters in the crowd, you could also throw on a little bit of prosciutto, maybe even bacon, but prosciutto's already made. I don't have to cook it. You could even throw some ham on there, just pop a couple slices. I like to do the rumple. Perfect. Now sandwich those babies together. And then you just want to pop that on to a panini press or into a pan. And through the magic of TV, I already have magic sandwiches done. Now, there are 2 sandwiches here, so I'm gonna have my friend Jordan come and help me with this baby. Hi, Jordan.
Yes.
How's it going?
Good.
So Jordan, I think the audience recognizes you.
Yeah, I think they might.
Yeah, Jordan is the audience coordinator here at The Good Stuff, and he's absolutely killing it.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank
yeah.
you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Perfect. So I'm gonna get these babies off of here, and Jordan, I'm gonna put you to work. I'm not just gonna give you a sandwich.
Okay, I guess I am at work.
Yeah, you gotta do
Yeah.
it. All right, cut those babies in half, and
Okay.
I'm gonna dole up this soup. Make sure you give me the one with no prosciutto,
No
though.
prosciutto.
That's me.
You
That's
got
the
it.
one for me.
You got it.
All right, and this soup is nice and thick and creamy and delicious. That pesto, you can see it just running through. Absolutely beautiful. And then if you want to, you can dollop a little bit extra cream on there if you wanted, even some sour cream, which I would not say no to. But I'm just gonna pop those over, do a little drizzle of some of that cream right kind of over top.
Wow.
Little bit of extra creaminess. Jordan, today's a good day, hey?
It is a really good day.
A little bit of extra pesto on there too. I mean, that looks better than any tomato soup I've had, right?
Yes. for
Okay,
Sure.
shall we?
We shall.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Okay, let's do a dunk. Dunk and bite, baby. Okay. Amazing.
Amazing.
Dude, you keep enjoying that sandwich. I'm gonna go over here for a
You
second.
got it.
Well, if Jordan leaves me any leftovers, and if you wanted to pack any of this up for leftovers for your lunch tomorrow, thanks to Staples, you're all going home with this Bent Go lunchbox. Hey, Mary here. What did you think? Drop your comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more of the good stuff.